Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Asha Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 27th of June. Indian Prime Minister arrives in Netherlands on final leg of his three-nation tour. Poor medical facilities in Gilgit Baltistan add to the miseries of locals. And top US Army official in Afghanistan to assess security situation. And now for all the details. The US Department of State declared Syed Salahuddin, chief of the terrorist group Hizbul Mujahideen, a specially designated global terrorist. The move has drawn positive response from political scientists and defense experts in India.
Taking a tougher stance on Pakistan harboring terror groups, the United States on Monday designated Hizbul Mujahideen chief Syed Salahuddin as a global terrorist. The US statement said that the Hizbul Mujahideen has claimed responsibility for several attacks, including the April 2014 explosives attack in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. Salahuddin had shifted to Pakistan-administered Kashmir around 1989, from where he played a key role in fueling militancy in Kashmir Valley. Defense experts on Tuesday hailed the move, saying it was a slap on the face of the Pakistan government.
Hizbul Mujahideen has already, for a long time, been designated a terrorist group by the U.S. This designation says that in the eyes of the U.S., Syed Salahuddin is not merely a terrorist active against India, but with an impact globally.
I think it's a very welcome development that the United States of America has today designated Syed Salahuddin, the head of the Hizbul Mujahideen, the head of the United Jihad Council in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, as a globally designated terrorist. That means is Adesh ke, as per this order, no United States people can talk or hold any kind of interaction with Syed Salahuddin.
The move by the US would prohibit its nationals from engaging in transactions with Salahuddin. This also comes in line with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's meeting with US President Donald Trump in Washington, where both the leaders committed to strengthening cooperation against terrorist threats.
Meanwhile, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and United States President Donald Trump, in a joint statement, committed to strengthen cooperation against terrorist threats. They also pledged to increase bilateral economic cooperation between the two nations.
United States President Donald Trump extended a warm welcome to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi along with First Lady Melania Trump as the two leaders met for the first time on Monday, seeking to develop a warm relationship. Both the leaders pledged to deepen defense and security cooperation, building on the United States' recognition of India as a major defense partner. During the joint press statement, trade and terrorism were the two key talking points.
During my campaign, I pledged that if elected, India would have a true friend in the White House. And that is now exactly what you have, a true friend.
राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप आपके भारत तथा मेरे प्रति मित्र भाव के लिए मैं आपका हृदय से बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं और हमारे बायलैटरल रिलेशनशिप के लिए आपकी मजबूत कमिटमेंट का अभिनंदन करता हूं.
They also held a delegation-level meeting where various topics ranging from purchase of military equipment to the bilateral relationship between the two nations were discussed. The two nations reiterated their demand that Pakistan ensure its territory is not used to shield terrorists and launch terror attacks in the region. This was Prime Minister Modi's fifth visit to the United States since assuming office in May 2014.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in the Netherlands on Tuesday on the final leg of his three-nation tour after concluding his visit to the United States. He was received by senior officials upon his arrival and was also greeted by the Indian community outside his hotel in The Hague. Prime Minister Modi met Dutch counterpart Mark Rutte and held talks of mutual interest. Both the leaders also issued a joint press statement where Indian Prime Minister thanked Netherlands for its successful membership of Missile Technology Control Regime last year. They also reaffirmed their commitment to the Climate Change Accord and to strengthening cooperation in developing renewable energy. Both the leaders also witnessed the exchange of memoranda of understanding on cultural cooperation, water cooperation, and agreement on amending social security arrangement. Moving on to news from Pakistan, locals on Monday expressed sorrow over the loss of over 150 lives in an oil tanker fire in Pakistan's eastern Punjab province. They recalled the horrific scenes as the fire engulfed people and vehicles.
Residents on Monday recalled the tragic oil tanker fire that broke out in Bahawalpur district of Pakistan's eastern Punjab province, which killed over 150 persons. An oil tanker fully loaded with around 50,000 litres of petrol skidded off the road on Sunday morning. Soon, the oil tanker caught fire after residents came in motorbikes and vehicles to collect the oil that spilled out from a tanker.
खुदा पे ते जाने मखलूक किथों किथों दे लोग जरा आगे सड़क दे करीब आ डिठे भी हर बंदा तेल चेंदा पे उन्होंने साइकिल मोटर खड़ा ते तेल चावन पाए गए तेल चावन के जे आग वेड़ गई बस वो उथे ही रह गए तो उथे ही खत्म थी गए हुण पता चलता पे कि ये तो घर दे घर मुके पे आग जरी इतना जोर आ गई कि इतना जो जिस टाइम धमाका थे कि हमारे घर दे नाल एक भी गचरी दा ज्वार ही सड़ गई है ऊपर आग जरी आग आ गई इतना शदीद आग ही
ये अपने मोटरसाइकिलों वास्ते कहीं कार वास्ते या घर वास्ते चूल्हे वास्ते क्योंकि इतों के लोग बिल्कुल बेरोजगार हैं ये पाकिस्तान पंजाब दे जितना भी सराकी पट्टी है ना.
Meanwhile, on Monday, people attended funerals in large numbers amid grief as the deceased were laid to rest after offering of prayers. 23 patients with more than 50% burns were airlifted on Monday to a hospital in Lahore city. Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif assured that an inquiry will be carried out in the incident.
Absence of medical facilities in Gilgit Baltistan has remained a matter of grave concern for the locals. They cite the negligent attitude of the federal government of Islamabad as the primary cause of their misery.
For almost 6 decades, the rights of people in Gilgit Baltistan have been suppressed and their needs neglected. Alarmingly poor medical facilities have further added to the woes of the residents of the area. Locals hold the puppet administration under Islamabad's control accountable for the situation.
असल वफाकी तरस का पैकेज न होने की वजह से कोई भी डॉक्टर यहाँ आकर काम करने की जहमत नहीं करता है. सबसे पहले मसला ये है कि उनके तनख्वाह मराद जो वफाक में ज़्यादा मिलते हैं तो वो डॉक्टर यहाँ गिलगित की तरफ आने का नाम ही नहीं लेते हैं. इस वजह से गिलगित में लेडी डॉक्टरों का बहुत मसला है.
Locals say temporary status of jobs in the region is another point of contention for the doctors of the region, who are repeatedly denied salaries.
गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में पहले तो सेहत के हवाले से बहुत सारे मसाइल थे, जिनमें से पहले लेबॉर्ट्रियाँ कम है, डॉक्टरों की कमी है, हॉस्पिटल के बिल्डिंगें तो बनी है उनमें अमला कोई स्टाफ मौजूद नहीं या फिर उसमें उसको रन ही नहीं किया गया है.
The geographically remote region is denied basic medical facilities, leaving the people of the illegally occupied territory deprived and bereft of basic amenities.
In news from Afghanistan, General Joseph Dunford, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the US Army, arrived in Afghan capital Kabul on Monday. He is expected to carry out a final assessment on the security situation in Afghanistan in order to finalize the United States' new military strategy in the country. Dunford is set to meet with Afghan officials and with the US and NATO commanders, reports suggest. His visit is said to be the last step in the United States assessment process ahead of an expected announcement on troop levels in Afghanistan. The new war strategy is widely expected to call for thousands more US troops. Staying on news from Afghanistan, poppy is being freely cultivated and harvested in government-controlled Dasht-e-Saminar in Afghanistan. Most farmers in the area have abandoned conventional farming in favor of illicit poppy farming, claiming it has helped them earn large amount of money.
Poppy fields are flourishing in Dasht-e-Saminar, which is a mere 6 miles from the Gilgit district center in Afghanistan's Helmand province. Afghan government has a stated policy of eradicating poppy crops, but the crop is widespread in many government-controlled regions for its commercial value. The farmers and harvesters say that they have no regrets and are not concerned about the impact the final product has globally. In Dasht-e-Saminar, not only do the adults work in the poppy fields, but so do teenagers and children who are known to be adept at harvesting the poppy sap. The average income for an adult harvesting poppy sap is about $300 for 15 days, although this can fluctuate according to the market value of the illicit drug at the time. Once harvested, the sap is mostly transferred from Baramcha district of Helmand province to Iran, Pakistan and to other countries. Counter-narcotics efforts have been ongoing in Afghanistan for many years, but little progress in combating the scourge has been made.
Moving on, an annual festival recently concluded at a famed Buddhist monastery in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. The spectators were left enthralled as spectacular mask dance performances were presented by Buddhist monks.
Hundreds of people gathered to witness the annual Yuru Kabgyat festival, which concluded recently at the famed Lamyuru Monastery in Ladakh, in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. During the two-day festival, a spectacular mask dance was performed by the monks of the Buddhist monastery. Wearing their best robes, the monks chanted prayers and performed dance signifying the good prevailing over evil.
It's amazing place, amazing place. I really didn't expect so amazing culture. I love Buddhism, and this performance which we saw today, maybe one of the best I've ever seen.
The monks believe the ritual holds great religious significance to bring peace, prosperity and harmony in society. Founded in the 11th century and believed to be the oldest in the region, the Lamyuru Monastery is a major attraction for visitors and Buddhist scholars.
Well, that's all we have from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.